So we're going to take the bass tracker out today on a lake that I haven't been to. First time on this lake, and we're hoping for the best. We're going to Schwartzwood Lake. First time I've ever been there. Been talking about it for a while. I think it's time we get this bass tracker in action. Hello, hello. All right. Hey everybody. So we're trying something new today. We got our mic on today, and we're hoping that it's going to make a difference in the way you hear me and the way I can kind of move around the boat and still have some contact with you. Noticed a couple of the videos. It's been really tough to hear me depending on where I'm at. We're on Schwartzwood Lake today. You can see behind me it's overcast. We're expecting probably some rain, but I figured, you know what a best time to fish is fishing in the rain. So we're gonna get ourselves spot locked here. We have an area here where I am seeing a nice little weedy area that drops off nice, and I'm thinking that we can probably get somebody out of the weeds and maybe catch a bass or two. That's the hope anyway. So we're gonna get right after it. So stick around. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy what we have to offer here. Hopefully we'll catch something, right? Let's get after it. So my first thought is, the way I see this weedy area right behind you is it kind of gives me a fast drop off. Right now we're already at 3 feet, so we're already a little beyond that drop off already. So I want to pull up a little bit. It's amazing how fast the wind will take you out of your area. Right about here is where we get a nice drop off. Goes from, well, right now I'm only 3 feet deep, and then it drops off to 10. So this is where I want to get myself here, and I'm hoping I can run right off that weed line and just pull something off that weeds. So we're trying to mic today. We got the media mod on, so there's a lot of different things happening here. Besides fishing a new lake, we're also fishing with new equipment on us, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. All right, so we're going to drop shot that line, that weed line. And I am seeing some signs of fish down there, so I'm kind of interested to see if we have anybody kind of hanging around on that weed edge. Let's take a look-see. Shall we? Okay, we will. Or surely. All right, we're just coming out of those weeds now. And we're coming off into the deeper areas. Oh yeah, well, as soon as we break through those weeds, it's over. Those weeds just kind of take a nice stop. And we still got a couple more in there. You know, I didn't think I was going to have to wear my sunglasses, but there's just enough sun that it's glaring off the water, and it's kind of blinding me a little bit. So we may have to make a change here and put on our sunglasses. Looks like we got some fish hanging out on the bottom, so I think drop shot's the way to go. Struggling through those weeds a little bit though. Struggling through those weeds. All right, we're at about 18 feet now. Keeping our eyes on the sonar to see if we see anything underneath that looks like it could be of any interest. A little bit and see if that'll give us anything come up. Give it a shot. I got a problem. So I got a newer Mojo bass, and I've already had trouble with my end had popped off on the Mojo bass, and now my guide is all like worn out and it's shredding my fluorocarbon. Looks like we got some nice bottom here. We got a tube or something under us. So we're getting some jumps over here. We're going to throw towards that area. I don't know that they're going to want this or not. I don't know. It might be a muskie. Big time drop shot territory. Big time. So much stuff on the bottom. So much potential, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. There we go. Very good jump. Look at that jump there, buddy. Went right onto the boat. And get another jump at him here. Strong fish. Very strong fish. Oh, nice smallmouth. Nice smallmouth. Oh, he swallowed it good. All right, yeah, got ourselves a nice smallmouth. Let's get him undone. So we got some work to do. Let's get him up here. All right, there have you. Nice big smallmouth. Probably a nice 2.5, maybe even 3-pounder. Don't have a scale, but we're gonna get a measurement on it. So let's see what we got on the measurement. Got a 16.5. 16.5. Nice fish. Let's get him back in the water. Nice smallie. Nice smallie. Boy, that makes it worth it right there, doesn't it? Okay. I like this spot. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like this spot, right? Okay, let's get myself back up this way. And we'll reset for another one. Well, we got one right there, but I got a scale on board someplace. I just got to find it. So no weight on it, but we got a 16.5 inch. There's a translation there that'll tell you what you might have. We're gonna stay in this area. This is a nice spot here. See if we can't grab ourselves another one. That was such a touch too, because when I was starting to get the bites, I really felt like we were just getting like these little tags, you know, these little tags, very, hardly anything really. And then I was just like, okay, it's time to set. And sure enough, we had them. Sure enough, we had them. Subtle, very subtle. I was really expecting, especially for the size fish he was expecting a little more. I think that guy was close to 3 pounds, to be honest with you. I don't think he was quite a 3-pounder, but just about. Whew. Super muggy, super muggy today. Oh. Man, do I have a wedgie that just won't quit? I'm losing that nice bottom. We had some real nice bottom up further up. No, had a couple little hits, and that was it. Ooh, we got a monster underneath us right now. That's not a smallmouth. Looks a little big to be a bass, but you just never know. Got one. Oh, lost him. Lost him. Got him laying right under this. I'll give you a look-see at what we're dealing with here. Got this little spot here. Just got a hit, but you just never know with these guys. You know, you could have a smaller fish just grabbing on the tail. You just never know. got some bites. This seems to be a small fish. Yeah, these are small fish. These are small fish that are just kind of like tagging my worm end and just pulling on the worm, but I don't think we have anything that's going to be of substance. Yeah, they're little guys. They're more just kind of like they're kind of pissing me off. They're not sizable at all. I don't know if they're sunnies or rock bass or what, but it's something that's not very big, and they're just playing with the lure. I'll go ahead and throw it in there one more time, but I don't think there's anything of substance in there, but we'll give it one more shot. I've seen it where smaller fish will kind of bead up on a lure, and the bigger fish will be just kind of swimming right behind them, going, oh, I wish I could do that. Yeah, we're just getting these little guys. They just keep sucking our worm. We got a little school of sunny here or something. Nothing big enough that wants to take in that whole worm in one shot. All right, I'm gonna throw one out a little bit further over here, only because really didn't set anything up over there. And then I think we're gonna move back up to where we were. It had a nice rock formation, and I really think that is where we really should be fishing. So on my way in, I stopped by the deli, and now we're right in the weeds. Wow, those weeds really came up fast. So I stopped by the deli, and I saw a couple guys looking to go fishing. 3 of them, in fact. I didn't catch their names, but looked like they were maybe from, like, they had mentioned Newark, Jersey City, that area, and they were big into fishing. They had some nice equipment. You know, the one guy he was all St. Croix. He loved St. Croix, and here I'm having troubles with my Mojo bass. So that rod needs to go back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and throw in this spot one more time because we got those little guys in there. Who knows, maybe there's a big guy in there just waiting to rip this away from those little guys. So we're gonna give it one shot. This is the last one for the sunnies. Last one for the sunnies. Maybe there's a big slab of a sunny in there. Yep, they might have gave up on me before I gave up on them. Isn't that always the way? It's like when you have a girlfriend and you're like, you know what, I'm going to break up with her. And then they break up with you first and you're like, hold on a second, what's going on here? And all along you did want to break up with them, but you just didn't want them to break up with you. You wanted to break up with them. Last one. I don't know, I keep saying the last one, but that's fishing, you know, you love it. You know, that we were hearing some big splashes here a while ago, and that was probably a big muskie coming in here and feeding on these guys. And now he's gone, and now so do these guys seem to be gone. All right, we're gonna start moving our way up. Okay, I'm going to run the wacky rig around this dock here. I don't know, I just got a feeling. Sometimes you get those feelings and you gotta get after it. You know, so here we go. Got a black wacky rig on. It's not nearly as deep as I thought it was. Oh, he tricked me. Tricked me. We got it. We got it. I just caught a fish and he went right through the ladder and I lost him. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Right through the ladder. Don't think the fish aren't smart. I thought for sure I was going to lose my lure on that one. Oh. All right, this little dock has some potential here. So much potential that they took my worm. Okay. All right. We made a good choice of switching over to the wacky. So let's stay after that. We got some fish definitely hanging out underneath this dock here. I mean, it makes sense to stay on the black and blue flake. They're biting on them, so we'll stay with that. Yeah, this little dock has given me 2 hits. This is nice drop shot territory. The dock's giving us some stuff. And we got a nice hump here. Got a real nice hump. Oh, getting some bites. More little guys. Ah. The rock got me. The rock got me. Sometimes you get a little inspiration here, which I just did. As I was coming up to the spot, I noticed that I had, excuse me, I noticed that I had a big rock cluster, and it just looked really good for drop shot. You know, I love the drop shot in this area, you know, and the fish love it too, so give them what they want. Not a very exciting way of fishing. I mean, it's kind of slow, methodic, but the payoff's always good. Okay, we're in the polywogs here. We're in the lily pads, and we're going to take advantage of the lily pads and be fishing a frog, see if we can make something happen. Let's get after it. The wind is really picking up now. The weeds in here are not fish friendly, in my opinion. Like the lily pads are great, but the weeds underneath are those really crappy hairy ones that I don't think fish really like, to be honest with you. So it's not clean, clear water underneath. It's that that slimy, hairy weed factor under there. I just really don't think the fish like that stuff. I think it's too binding, you know, it wraps around their gills. I don't think they really like that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna let myself kind of swing out of here. Gave it a little shot here with the lily pads to see if we had something in here. We're gonna make our way around this and see if we can get out of some of the slimy stuff. Here's what I'm talking about. You can see we have the nice weeds in there, but the slime is wrapping around it, and I just really don't think the fish like that stuff all that much. So we're gonna get out of this area and clean up a little bit and see if we can get to a different spot. Well, we got ourselves out of the weeds. We got a nice little bed of rocks underneath us with a real nice hump coming off a weed line. So this could be a potentially good spot, but you know, we thought a couple spots were going to be good spots, so you just never know. You just never know, really. But I like areas that I can kind of pick apart here with the drop shot a little bit. I ran the spinner bait a couple times coming out of those weeds a little bit into the deep, and I wasn't getting any kind of action there. So it looks pretty flat now where we're sitting right here, but yeah, off that edge there, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Guess we'll make our way forward a little bit here. Yeah, I'm not really feeling any rocks underneath us. So this area is not as good as I thought it was. And we lost a weight. Ooh. Fluorocarbon's getting pretty weak. Not a very deep drop shot, but it is a drop shot. Got a lot of little tugs from some smaller fish. As the morning has gone by, we're not having as much success, so we decided we're going to wrap it up. You know, we caught that one nice size smallmouth. I think there's plenty of smallmouth in here. I'd like to come back on a little nicer day. We have rain coming in, so there's a lot of pressure. But yeah, so really appreciate you guys watching. I know this was just a one catch pony, but sometimes you're going to have that. We're making our way back over to the boat ramp, and we're going to get this bass tracker back on the trailer. So we got some wind happening here, so this could make things a little rough. So we got to turn into the wind a little bit. Not terrible, but it's happening. All right, not bad. All right, you hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah? All right, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I was a little closer to the dock than I wanted. I was gonna use the dock to get it back on the trailer, but I decided that probably wasn't gonna be the best. So you can either hear me or not, but I figured, you know what, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. Usually what I do is I try to get the boat trailer fenders just touching under the water, and then we're gonna make our way out from here. I take my shoes and socks off, like so. My shoes and socks are now off, and we're gonna come out and bring the boat back onto the trailer. No phone, no phone, no phone necessary. This is how we put the boat on the trailer. We saw the other guy, he drove his up. I don't think driving him up is the way to go personally, but you know, to each their own. I do this even with my bigger boat. This is the way I get my boats back on. This is just the way I do it. This is just the way I do it. And we're just gonna clip her on in there and bring her on back. Getting this nice shady spot. The boat needs to be shoved over a little bit. Now with my big boat, you're kind of done. But with this boat, you can kind of get yourself in a situation where once you got it on the trailer, you can kind of push it over. It's light enough that you can do that. Not many, that's the one beauty of the Bass Tracker. The big boats, you're SLL with that stuff. Yeah, sun's starting to really warm up now. You can see what I'm talking about here. We can kind of shove the boat over. Just have to get in here and give it a couple shoves. That's pretty good. That's real good, yep. With windy days, sometimes they take water on, sometimes they don't. And we took a little water on today. Oh, yeah. All right, we got a few things to put away. So let's get after that. I got major swamp butt. If you know what that is, that's where you got a sweaty hiney. Goes in there. I'm glad I had the tape, you know. My scale is in the back of my Jeep. You don't think about it till you think about it. So this is our normal procedure of basically closing up the boat. That should do it. That should do it, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you guys watching. This is the Bass Tracker. We got it back on the trailer. Looks good. Looks good. Everything looks put together. Everything's well put away. Got a few weeds here. We might take this wedge out and just kind of get some the weed factor in there. We were deep in the weeds today in those lily pads. There you have it. Tournament TH17. TH, not TH, TX. TX, god darn it. Okay, well, really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already. Bye.